Well, we found that the cows eat only the cobs right off the bat, and then they'll eat the leaves, and then they'll start on the stalks. So what we do is we give them a new piece of corn every Friday. Now, we don't feed the cows anything Saturday, Sunday, so it helps that for labor on the weekend. But then by Monday, they're definitely ate all the good stuff. So then we will start giving them silage. Depending on how big the piece is, we might just start with maybe half of their nutritional needs, but then they're force-fed their salt and their mineral, and there's remunsin in the mineral. And then we'll slowly ramp it up that we meet their nutritional needs with the silage, and then they're forced to clean up the corn to get full.
Our cornfield is about 45 acres divided into 3 paddocks. They're spending about 3 to 4 weeks on each paddock. The last week, I'm supplementing maybe 10 or 15 pounds of hay just to get them to clean up. There's not a lot of waste. We'll have a better idea in the spring when the snow's melted, but there's very little waste.
My cow herd, they're usually in 2 groups, bigger groups, and sometimes up to 170 or 130 to a group. I would say the optimum is 7 days of grazing for that number of cows. The first 2 days they're in the paddock, they're going to gouge themselves on cobs. The second 2 days they're in there, they're going to pick cobs off the ground and eat the best leaves. The next day or so, they're going to eat leaves and stalks. And about the 6th and 7th day, they're going to be a little bit hungry, and they're going to be eating stalks, but that's not going to hurt them. And then you'd move them for your next 7. That would be the ideal. But in some cases, if you're in a fenced pasture or you've got a permanent fence, and you have 20 or 30 acres and 150, 160 cows, I find there's not a thing wrong with that. You can turn cows, 170 cows into 30 acres, and that should last them 25 or 30 days depending on the year. If it's not 30 below and you've got decent weather and you're cleaning that up with those cows, go ahead, let them clean it up and get your full grazing. If something happens, you've got a blizzard and it's 30 below, you may have to move them a few days early. Or your other option is supplement feed them. Go out with a bale or 2 or a few oats in a feed truck and supplement them when they're cleaning up those paddocks. That's the trade-off. If you go with the bigger paddocks, sometimes you have to manage a little bit at the end because you don't want them to be out of feed for 5 or 6 days in a row. Where with the smaller paddock, you won't have that problem. But if you go too small a paddocks and you're babysitting them all the time, you can't get away. Like I do it to free my winter up. So I love bigger paddocks.